So twice now, in the past week, from Sunday to Saturday, Donald Trump came out and encouraged people to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Of course, the first one was his conversation with Bill O'Reilly, where he admitted he had the vaccine, he had the booster. O'Reilly said he had the booster. The crowd booed. Bill O'Reilly had to come out and console him the next day, he claims. But then later in the week, Trump does an interview with Candace Owens, where he talks about the vaccines again and says that this is a good thing. We should get vaccinated. Candace Owens was a little blown away. But nobody, no group was more blown away by Trump's claims that people should get vaccinated than the Q people. You see, they've made it a tenet, almost, of their beliefs that the vaccines are evil, even though, they were developed under the Trump administration's guidance to a degree. But yes, Operation Warp Speed is, in fact, what got these on the fast track. And that's a good thing. Trump wasn't promoting them, unfortunately, like he should have been, so that's a bad thing, kind of undoes the good stuff he does. But the Q people are freaking the hell out. So they have taken to social media to try to explain away, basically come up with a new conspiracy to cover up their old conspiracy and to, say that, there's probably a reason Trump's doing this. And it's funny because when this happened, I actually predicted this earlier this week. I was filling in for David Pakman, and I said they're going to come up with new conspiracies to try to explain it away, and by God, I was right. So let's read just a few of them here. This is from a very popular Q person. Here's what he said. He says, knowing what we know, whenever POTUS 45 promotes something, the other side does the total opposite. They get disgusted by that thing. Trump derangement still runs deep. Trump still says that those who don't want to get the vax should not be forced to take it. And that is the most important thing he said. The message here is clear. Imagine for a second what would happen if Trump all of a sudden started to backtrack on the vax. Operation Warp Speed was necessary for reasons I already discussed. He would lose all credibility with those who took the jab. It would be political suicide for him. So, okay, this guy's trying to be like, look, he's got to play both sides, right? He doesn't want to trash the vax because they were created under him, which makes it weird that we attack it. But still, trust the process. Trust the process. Here's another one. This one has 58,000 followers on Telegram. We don't always understand everything. I love President Trump. I disagree here. I think we may find out something about this soon, in my opinion. Either way, think for yourself. You are in the right spot here. Just don't cuss up a storm. We have so many twists and turns already. I believe the end will explain the middle. But we are all to think for ourselves, and most of you guys are still with me on this vax crap. So think for yourselves, but also believe blindly everything I tell you. That is one of the funniest parts about the Q crap. It's always about, open your eyes and start thinking for yourself, man, and look at all the things out there, and you make your decisions, as long as your decisions are 100% in line with what we have told you to say and do. And Trump's are not right now. But don't worry. Trust the process, man. The end is going to explain the middle, and the reason Trump said this is totally going to come out. No, we know the reason Trump said this. Republicans are dying at a 3-time higher rate than Democrats are. And that's not good for future election for Republicans. So there you go. That was the end that just explained the middle. It's not a conspiracy. It's science, you morons.